Yeah.
With anxious public speakers, they're often told, relax, it's okay, just imagine your audience naked, as if that's going to relax anybody. Don't worry, tonight I'm not going to imagine you naked, but I am going to imagine you in your underwear. A bra. Boxer shorts. Y-fronts. Briefs. Perhaps not as brief as a bikini. A G-string.
Lilian.
Today, in the men's department, in the women's department, we can find such a variety of underwear, colours, shapes, styles, materials. But it wasn't always like that. When I was growing up, it was white, or white, or white. What does this reveal? It reveals that we are living in the age of the individual, individualism above all. From Facebook to underwear, the cultural norm is to exhibit what an individual we are, and hence diversity. Underwear may hide away your private parts, but it actually reveals various elements of cultural norms, social values, and economic reality. Women's underpants. Today, if a woman goes about her daily work without wearing underpants, you'd think, well, maybe that's a little just too sexy. But European women, for centuries, at least before the 1800s, never wore underwear, or rather underpants. Men had underpants, but not women. In fact, women who wore underpants were frowned upon. It was a sign that they were trying to take away a man's power by wearing underpants. It was a sign that they were loose. In fact, in the book called Costumes of Different Nations, Diversity, Piero Bertelli in 1596 says that only the Venetian courtesans in Italy wore underpants. So you see, underpants was exclusively for the prostitutes of the rich and wealthy. Indeed, underclothes are interesting when you look at the different social levels and what they used to wear. Julia and I had a great opportunity last year when we were involved in a fashion show of underwear in Cyprus. Now, at the CVAR. Now, poor women, all they were like a tunic underneath their clothes, a tunic made of rough clothing just straight down. Rich women in the Victorian times in Cyprus wore something different underneath. They copied the European fashions, and they had tight bodices, corsets underneath, holding everything in, and huge, great big cages made of iron to push out the skirt and make them look full. The hoop under their clothes. And Julia was one of the ladies walking up and down the catwalk with this piece, the underclothing for women of the time. But beyond that, what else do underclothes reveal about economic reality? Well, in 2008, the American chairman of the Federal Reserve made a statement. He said that men's underwear and the sales of men's underwear was very much linked to the economic health of the country, because he claimed that men will quite happily wear underpants that have got holes in them and will use them right up until the time when the elastic fails. And indeed he was right back then in 2008. With the economic meltdown, the sale of men's underpants drop down by 12%. Because most men will not buy underwear unless they have a little bit of spare cash. Otherwise, they'd rather wear their holy underpants. So, we sometimes may call underwear the smalls, but underwear is no small matter. It reveals social norms, social values, and the state of the economy. Madam Toastmaster,